We have to eat and drink every day. After food has entered the human body, it's digested to satisfy different needs. The substances in food that we need include carbohydrates, protein, fat, minerals, vitamins, and fiber. Together, these are known as nutrients. In the food that we eat every day, there are also substances other than nutrients. Look at this food label. Which ingredients provide nutrients and which do not? What is the use of those ingredients that do not provide nutrients? Much of the food that we take in every day has been processed beforehand. One of the processing methods is to add chemicals into food. These chemicals are collectively known as food additives.
Food additives are natural substances or synthetic compounds deliberately added to food during the manufacturing process. According to the laws of Hong Kong, food additives do not include vitamins and minerals used for enriching the nutritional content of food, nor do they include salt, herbs or spices used as seasoning. The major functions of additives are to extend the shelf life of food, enhance the smell and taste of food, improve the color and appearance of food.
On the food label, usually the major ingredients are listed first. The other ingredients are listed in the order of their proportions. The least important ingredient will be placed at the end of the list. As food additives usually account for a small portion of the food content, they're usually included in the latter part of the food label. Do you know that fresh food can only remain fresh for a short period of time? As time goes by, food will turn bad as it is affected by bacteria and other microorganisms. So preservatives are added to some food to prevent it from deteriorating. Sodium nitrate and sodium nitrite are common preservatives. They're usually used in meat products such as cured sausages and ham. The use of sodium nitrate and sodium nitrite in cured meat can prevent food poisoning caused by the breeding of bacterium called Clostridium botulinum. They can also add to the taste and preserve the color of the meat. For most ordinary people, sulfur dioxide is just a kind of air pollutant. But has it ever occurred to you that sulfur dioxide can be used as a preservative? Sulfur dioxide can prevent the deterioration of liquor, fruit juice, and dried fruit. It can also prevent the oxidation of vitamin C and thus effectively preserve vitamin C in juice drinks. When dissolved, sulfur dioxide becomes sulfurous acid and sulfite. These can kill microorganisms and prevent the oxidation of food. Therefore, they're used as preservatives in sausages and hamburger fillings. It's widely known that food items with high fat or oil content can easily go rancid. This unpleasant taste actually indicates that the oil in the food has been oxidized. Therefore, a chemical known as an antioxidant is added to many types of food, such as potato chips and salad dressing, to prevent the deterioration of the oil in the food. Apart from the use of preservatives, there are other means to prevent the deterioration of food. As microorganisms need water to survive, they cannot grow if the food is dehydrated. In this way, the food can be prevented from turning bad. For example, Vegetables can be dried gradually under strong sunlight. Squid and beef can be dried by baking them in an oven. These dried foods can be stored for a longer period of time. Unlike baking, freezing turns the water the food contains into ice, slowing down the chemical reaction that makes food turn bad. At the same time, the low temperature stops the growth of bacteria that would affect the food. The membrane of a cell is like a sieve. It lets small molecules pass through and blocks large molecules. When there's a concentrated salt or sugar solution outside the cell membrane, the water molecules in the cell will move more quickly from cytoplasms with low salt or sugar content to areas outside the cell membrane. This phenomenon is known as osmosis. Through osmosis, a high concentration of salt or sugar outside the cells of microorganisms can draw away the water on the inside. This makes the microorganisms dormant, or may even cause them to die from lack of water. Cured meat and salted fish are made with a large quantity of salt. They're then dried under the sun. The purpose is to get rid of the water in the meat. These snacks, including preserved prunes, are preserved with the use of salt. Dried mango and pineapple are preserved by using sugar rather than salt. Most bacteria cannot survive in an acidic environment. Therefore, acid can also prevent food from deteriorating. There is acetic acid in vinegar. Pickled cabbage, pickled cucumber, and pickled ginger are preserved by using vinegar. Apart from helping to preserve the food, vinegar can also make the food taste better. There's a large variety of canned food on the market. Much of this food can be preserved for a long time without the addition of chemicals. By putting food into a can, extracting air from the can and sealing it, we can prevent oxidation and deterioration. Further heat treatment of the canned food can kill the bacteria in the food. When choosing our food, we usually prefer items with natural or attractive colours. If the food is pale and dull in colour, we won't be so keen to eat it. But a lot of food items tend to lose their natural colour after cooking. For example, green vegetables become light green or even yellow in colour if overcooked. Furthermore, some food items do not have colour or are not colourful enough to stimulate our appetite. So, during the manufacturing process, food colours are added as necessary. Food colours have three functions in general: adding colour to colourless food, enhancing the natural colour of food, and restoring colour lost during cooking or processing. Look at these bottles of jam. When they're crushed, the fruit loses its natural colours. Colouring matter is thus added to enhance the colour. One kind of colour, known as sunset yellow, is added to certain types of jam. Why are these chocolates so colourful? It's because food colours, including sunset yellow and lemon yellow, have been added. During the production of vegetable food, colours like raspberry, green powder, and orange-red powder are often used. Some colours come from natural products and are thus called natural colours. The juices of some edible fruits or vegetables, like grapes and red cabbage, are natural colours. Carotene in carrots is a type of natural colour. Another type of natural colour, known as caramel, is added to condiments such as oyster sauce and soy sauce. Apart from natural colours, some kinds of colouring matter are produced synthetically from coal tar and petroleum. Sunset yellow is an example. These are known as synthetic colours. Food must be fresh, of good quality and attractive in colour. And it's just as important that it tastes good too. Flavouring is usually added during food processing. The traditional Chinese food, char siu or roast pork, is seasoned with 5-spice powder and soy sauce. Let's see how roast pork is made. The flavourings used in making the roast pork that we saw just now, including 5-spice powder, sugar, salt and herbs, are natural flavourings. Apart from natural flavourings, flavourings can also be produced synthetically from chemicals in the laboratory. For example, by circulating and heating butyric acid and methanol in the presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, we will obtain methyl butyrate, which tastes like apple. By mixing butyric acid with ethanol, we'll get ethyl butyrate, which tastes like banana and pineapple. These are all known as synthetic flavourings. At present, we have over 3,000 types of flavourings. To manufacture these fruit candies, we have to use at least 50 types of flavourings. When we cook, we often use monosodium glutamate, or MSG. It's a type of flavouring agent. The taste of this flavouring agent itself isn't obvious, nor is it used to change the taste of food. Its main function is to stimulate the taste buds so that the tongue becomes more sensitive to the taste of food. Snacks like potato chips, ham, the seasoning powder for instant noodles and chicken powder contain the flavouring agent monosodium glutamate. Furthermore, artificial sweeteners are now used in place of natural sugar in many types of food. This substance effectively reduces the calories in food. For example, a type of artificial sweetener known as aspartame is used in some soft drinks. Saccharine sodium is added to some types of dried cuttlefish.
The use of food additives must serve the interests of both the consumers and the food manufacturers. Because they are so effective, additives are subject to abuse, jeopardizing the interests of consumers. So food additives should not be used in the following circumstances. For example, using additives in food that has gone bad or rotten to disguise its effects. Or seeking to enhance the color, smell and taste of food, or to extend its shelf life at the expense of its nutritional value. Using food additives that are hazardous to health is, of course, strictly prohibited. When considering the use of additives in their products, food business operators should ensure that additives they intend to use meet legal requirements in terms of category and quantity. For example, boric acid and salicylic acid are occasionally found as preservatives in food. Such applications are in fact prohibited by law, as these substances are detrimental to health. Another example is rosa B. This is a type of industrial coloring and must not be used in confectionery, red ginger, pastries, and vegetarian food. In fact, the Public Health and Municipal Service Ordinance of Hong Kong imposes strict controls on the type and quantity of food additives permissible in food.
Different types of fresh meat products are available in the supermarket. These food items have in fact been processed by food companies.